Hi, Bee. Boy, when it comes to research assistants, you're the best. I hope everything's fine back at Beagle Base. Get ready for diary entry number 535I. Take one. Hello, Beatrice, and a big hello to anyone else who happens to be watching. I'm Buck Staghorn. Look around and say hello to the Badlands, Bee. I'll tell you, they are aptly named. If this isn't a tough climate, my name isn't Buck Staghorn. This is a land where men are men and women are women, and you have no trouble telling the difference. Lunch. Boy, you really seem to be enjoying that. You know, I feel a little bit peckish myself. Would you mind sharing a little with old Buck here? Yeah? Never mind. No, just go back to your lunch or your dirt or whatever it is. Cut! Good day and welcome to the Wild Boar Takedown. Here we have our returning champion, this black-billed magpie, who, if you'll recall last time, took down a boar in under 23 seconds, an undisputed record. Now, he's sizing up the boar, and yes, he immediately goes for the mount. He will now administer the patented purple suplex, applying 48 square tons of pressure directly to the body. And yes, we have a takedown and a new record. 1, 2, 3, the winner and still champion. This is the real item, Beatrice. This is the place where the buffalo roam and the deer and the antelope play. Though sometimes the antelope roam and the deer play. But to be honest, I'm not sure how they work that out, but it's beautiful to witness. When you see an animal of this size running, it's hard to believe an average hippo can tip the scales at over 5,000 pounds. They generally are docile creatures, but if provoked, they can be dangerous. Yep, they're a pretty friendly lot, though, spending most days together in the water. You know, if humans did this, we'd look like prunes. 5,000-pound prunes. You know, that's a lot of fiber. Howdy doody, Bee. How y'all doing? Gee, when in surroundings like these, it's difficult not to speak like a cowboy. Apparently, that's how they talk. The locals are used to this and try very hard not to laugh at me. Guess I'll mosey over to the chuck wagon and tug down some chaw. Chow. Chow? Sorry. What? Beatrice? Grooming may be a high-tension activity for humans, but these baboons know how to groom. How to take it easy. In fact, for them, it's a bonding ritual. Have a nap, or have a friend check you for ticks and bugs. It's downright relaxing by the looks of it. Take your time, be thorough. And of course, the bonus is, you get to eat anything you find. If you're a bird, it goes without saying, you have a beak. It's standard issue, not an add-on, as it were. If you're a bird, you have one. Simple as that. I mean, if you had to select your own beak, forget it. Just look at the varieties. Sizes, shapes, lengths, widths. Well, you get the idea. Yikes! Well, you know, to each his own. Beaks are like a built-in Swiss Army knife. They cut, bore, strain, pry things open, slice, dice, and drill. Best thing is, you never misplace this handy tool. It's always right on the front of your face where you left it. And no matter what sort of beak birds have, I think they look rather proud of them. And why not? While going through these great valleys, you can sandpaper a 2x4 down to a toothpick by leaving it out in this wind. The wind seems to blow constantly. In fact, they say if it ever stopped, everyone would just fall over. Many creatures appear remarkably calm, tranquil, very focused, in a sort of zen-like state, almost detached from what's going on around them. I know for a fact that if a bird were doing this to me, I would react somehow, even if I liked it. Show on my face. And this? Forget about it. I couldn't stand still for that. Yeah, nice mustache, Salvador. So there you have it. Zen and the art of antelope grooming. Beatrice, if you came from a large family, I'm sure you had one brother or sister who was the troublemaker. He or she would instigate a hassle or something, then Mom or Dad would come in and blame you. Well, that's what it's like to be in a family and have siblings. You argue, sure, and occasionally bite each other on the abdomen, but all in all, it's not serious. It might look like you're trying to bite your sister's head off, but really, it's just play. I remember my brother Bob and I tried to argue, but we couldn't get the hang of it. Mom generally found it amusing. The moral of this story? Well, if you want to get along, groom your tail and jump in the air. Honest. Try it. Savannas are grasslands with scattered trees that occupy vast areas on most continents. The variety and profusion of life on the savannas seems to have peaked 2 million years before the ice ages. Although a few people still survive from that era, they all agree it was much colder back then. One morning while in Southeast Asia, I looked out the window of the Beagle to see this great hornbill, which made me ponder, how many berries can a hornbill keep in its mouth? I was told that this forest in the Far East was known for its competitive monkey leaping. And Beatrice, I was not disappointed. He's a white-mantled black colobus monkey, and they do that. They launch themselves into space, grasping onto the next tree with their hook-like thumbless hands. Looks like he's winding up for another jump. The judge will be marking his form carefully. Whoa! That must have been a 40-footer! Yes, and the judge loved it. He's likely to get high marks for that jump. You know, these judges are under pressure and can at times be a little testy. Sorry, I'm leaving. Sorry. The male American bison may weigh more than 900 kilograms. That's around 2,000 pounds. And almost all of it was used by the Plains Indian. Now, a bison provided them with food, skins for shelter, bones for tools and utensils. And let's face it, a bison that big provided meat, meat, and more meat. They even used buffalo chips for fuel. I appear to have stepped in some fuel. This is a 9-banded armadillo. On the savannas, he eats ants and termites, if given half a chance. Every video journal needs an armadillo, and here's mine. Meet Alan. Oh, and this is where he lives. Prairie dogs. Of course, prairie dogs aren't really dogs. These stout-bodied, ground-dwelling creatures are actually members of the squirrel family. They were called prairie dogs because one of their calls sounds like a dog bark. Now, I have had no success in teaching them to fetch my slippers. However, they seem more than willing to eat them. No! And finally, at the end of the marine turtle triathlon. These turtles have cycled for 3 feet, have swum an entire lap, and are finishing up with a dash to the water which started late. Yesterday afternoon. The final few feet can be crucial. They're nose to nose, flipper to flipper, and it comes down to this, deep down in her shell, who wants it more? Here, back on the trail of broken dreams, Carmela, last year's winner, spun out for 3 days on a tight curve, and, well, there's always next. Here's Johnson, your clear winner, taking a victory lap. This could take a while. And here's one of the late finishers. So, congratulations, and bye for now. The striped skunk has powerful anal glands that emit a foul-smelling scent. When it's frightened, it turns its back, raises its tail as a warning, and then sprays. Whew. Here's a tip. If anything or anybody backs up to you and lifts its tail, don't stick around to find out what happens next. Beatrice, as we've often shown in my video journal, survival in the forest often depends on one's camouflage. Animals around here will look like leaves, bark, twigs, or like another animal's droppings. This looks like it came out of a bird. This one also can pass as, well, something a bird has passed. Now this character is cheating. He's not disguised as droppings. He's carrying some. And as this ladybug will attest, it works. Certainly puts her off having him for dinner. Sort of puts me off my dinner. Dear Beatrice, the Badlands is a wonderful place for a horse ride. I've met a group of naturalists, and they've invited me to join them in rounding up some buffalo on this sanctuary. It's dangerous work, so I have to pay attention. Initially, there was some confusion as to where we would find the buffalo. And then, no sooner did we locate a herd, well, then everyone wanted to stop for lunch. Talk about frustrating. But by day's end, we found some. Lots of them. I was worried the stampede was going to trample the beagle. Luckily, I was able to divert the herd. And in hindsight, I thought I handled the situation admirably. Your colleague, Buck. Morning. My time of the day, too. Yep. Got the whole day ahead of you. Yeah, but first, make the bed, sort the laundry. Well, sort leaves. After a hard day behind the wheel of the Beagle, I know I'm not as, well, fresh as I might be. In fact, I can get downright gamey. I know a nice hot shower will have me back smelling like a rose in no time. Now this yak likes to roll around in sand and gravel to clean up. Makes him feel great, but between you and me, he still smells like a yak. Only dustier. Conditions on the savanna or grassland are severe, and animals have had to accommodate them just to survive. For example, the teeth of grazing animals like horses adapted to allow for the grit in their food. What they used for dental floss is anyone's guess. Now, Beatrice, I had this rare opportunity to capture a close-up of this giant panda. These beautiful beasts are found only in the wilds of China. And what I want you to see is his face and so... Whoa! No, get back! No! Let's try again. Let's see, where was I? Oh, yes, we'll wait till he gets closer. Now, here he comes. Now, what I want you to see is his face. Because if you... Oh, no, it's... All kidding aside, inflate it first. Our next letter begins, Dear Buck, I have a dating problem. Oh, my house is built right on the international date line. I think the living room is a day behind the bedroom. Or is it the other way around? Can you help me? Signed, Dazed and Confused. Well, I can't help her. She should have asked me yesterday. B, have Have you ever woken up in a place and not knowing how you got there? Well, it has happened to me more than twice. This Tamandua anteater, however, knows exactly why he's out on a limb. He's gone to where the food is. Well, I know it's easy for you, you're tall, but some anteaters have to climb. And boy, is it worth it. Hey, you're missing out on lots of ants and termites. If you snooze, you lose. You see how he's using his tail as a security cable? I know it looks funny, but it's dangerous. I'm sure his tree outing was successful. In fact, he looks rather content. Looks as though he won't have to go up again for a while. He's wearing his dinner home. Prairie dogs live in groups called coteries, usually consisting of 1 male and 1 to 4 females and the young from the last 2 years. Now, several coteries are grouped into wards, and the wards into towns, and, well, I fear it's only a matter of time before they hold elections. Can a scandal be far behind? Here's a phrase to add to your vocabulary. Buffing the penguin, as in spring, a young man's fancy turns to buffing the penguin. Beatrice, guess what this is? Oh, well, of course, no, that's water. No, guess what this is? Oh, no, those are flowers. Darn, where is the thing? There! Guess what this is? What do you think? Fish? Duck? Beaver? Nope. Haha, there you go. It's a duck-billed platypus. That bill has electrosensors which enables him to locate prey and find his way around underwater at night. I've learned that some weasels like nothing better than to chow down on a prairie dog. A single family of weasels may consume hundreds of small rodents each year. Unfortunately for the weasels, their name has become synonymous with lawyers. Style of movement varies widely through the animal kingdom. Now, when a lion goes for a stroll, he commands a great deal of respect. Other animals soar about high above the rest of us. Most ants like to travel, but only if they can get that group booking. I prefer a road, but every journey for this guy starts with 1,000 steps. Hey, how about being your own hood ornament? Maybe it's just so his passengers can find him easily. Cheetahs, definitely built for speed. And the giraffe, well, he's built for, well, he'd be built for height, wouldn't he? Yeah, I guess. And he succeeds brilliantly. So, no matter if you move on your belly, bob up and down like a cork, or just take your time, we all get to where we're going sooner or later. It's all just a matter of style. The one constant that never fails to intrigue me is the one and singular difference between animals and human beings: man's ability to reason. Yes, there are those that say what really separates human beings from other animals is our opposing thumbs, but I say no. We have the resources, nay, the intelligence, to voice our opinion, to show another side to a preconceived notion, no matter how diametrically positioned it may be. To be a single voice, and perhaps turn the tide of the status quo. I say this is what separates us from the other animals: the ability to reason. This is all a part of human nature. Mother watches over all of us, or as many as she can sit on. We learn from Mom, because alone we would learn nothing. We learn contentment when we're confused, when we're alone, Well, I wish Mommy was here. 'Cause me plus Mom equals us. Mother, love, trust. Lots of trust. I've had some difficulty. I'm gonna try this one more time, Beatrice. Just wait. I've had some difficulty cultivating my garden back home, but nothing like this. I tell you, they don't call them the Badlands for nothing. Short periods of heavy rain followed by long periods of drought have caused this incredible yet beautiful erosion. Oddly enough, many rock stars were formed in the same manner. This is merely a reenactment. Thursday last, a heron minding its own business was harassed by an alligator near the rock by the leafy overhang. In spite of numerous attempts to lose him, the gator persisted in following the crane all over the pond in a threatening manner, often making guttural sounds. If you have any information regarding this occurrence, please contact the naturalist nearest you. You'd think this would be a great spot for a resort. All the essential elements appear in abundance. Sun, wind, and sand. Sounds like a surfer's delight. The only problem is that it's a 3-day trip on foot to the nearest body of water. And that's a guy's swimming pool in Nebraska. Today, the Staghorn Awards trek to the mountainous regions to salute the perilous sport of headbutting. Honorable mention goes to these two bighorn sheep, who do a fine display of headbutting. Our runner-up is this handsome but apparently slightly confused doll sheep. Go ahead, doll. Thank you. But the winner of today's Staghorn Award resides in the Middle East, home to centuries of headbutting. The winner, the Ibex. Congratulations. Some of life's experiences have to be viewed as character builders, and this week would certainly qualify. You're looking at a man who successfully changed his shorts outside during a windstorm here in the Badlands. I'm still a little bit tender on the thighs, but otherwise, no worse for wear. Oh, B, I'm thrilled that you've been inviting the women from your skeet shooting club over to view my journals. We really appreciate their support. So, until next time, this is Buck Staghorn saying so long, and watch where you step.